back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams and we're back with another one of our 24/7 news report videos. As always, we start this news with the news videos with our headline news, and there's plenty of it, but the main headline for today is that Everton are interested in signing Chelsea striker Armando Broja. Everton and West Ham have made official contact to Chelsea, indicating their desire to sign the 20-year-old permanently. That came from Mail Sport. Since Mail Sport announced that, Sky Sports have also mentioned Broja and Everton as well. It's been on Sky Sports News. It's breaking news to Sky Sports, coming as it goes. So it's that Everton have officially approached Chelsea to make contact, to sign Broja. I honestly thought he might get away from him, but it looks like we're ready to steal him. This has come a bit out of left field, hasn't it? There's loads of rumours with Dennis. Every supposed in the no Twitter account's been saying Dennis this, Dennis that, Dennis this, Dennis that. I'm not saying we're not going to go get Dennis. We'll probably try and get him as well, but it's weird that that's it, and then all of a sudden, Broja's the big headline news. It just goes to show nobody's really that in the know. You know, the only people that are that in the know are Fahad Najiri and co. But yeah, we ran a poll on the Toffee Blue saying, would you sign Armando Broja? 86% said yes, including myself. 13.4% said no. 823 of you have voted. It's still open for 23 hours. He's a good player. He had a really good start to the year and then fell off a little bit. But he's decent. Like I said, started high, fell off towards the back end, but so did the entire team of Southampton. So there's still some hope that, you know, he's still a very young person, a young player, lots of potential there. I think it'd suit our style very nicely. Yeah, he gets a thumbs up for me if the price is right, of course. It'd be interesting to see how much Chelsea are willing to let him go for and how much we're willing to spend. Next, we have that Everton are in talks with Udinese to sign centre-back Rodrigo Becao. This comes from Di Marzio, which is a journalist from Sky Sports, international journalist Gianluca Di Marzio. I've not seen much of this lad, but I know Luans, I'm going to say is his name. He does Watford. He's been doing some stuff. He did Dennis and Richarlison compared stats. He did Becao, and the stats say that he's very, very good. He said that it makes it obvious that Lampard might want to play in a 3-back/5-back. Him, Tarkowski, and then him on the right, Tarkowski in the middle, and then maybe Ben Godfrey on the left, sort of thing, which you can sort of see coming. If that's what Lampard wants to do, at least the club look like they're backing him and getting his targets that suit that system. Next, Italian striker Andrea Belotti, who is now a free agent, has been considered as an option by Everton. That's come via the Daily Mail. Again, we ran a poll. 75.4% of you said you would sign him, myself included. 24.6% said no. That had 3,819 votes. That has closed now, so you can't vote on that anymore if you wanted to, but you can let me know in the comments as always. I really like Belotti. He's one that I think we should have signed years ago. He was at Torino, and I always used to say, you know, they're about level with us. Surely we can prize him away. Really good striker. I mean, it'd have been nicer to get him younger. He's a really good striker. I don't think he plays second fiddle to Calvert-Lewin. No, I think Lampard might be looking to play both strikers up front. I think Calvert-Lewin will be the main tailsman and then somebody playing off him. But yeah, he's good. He's a good little player to accompany Calvert-Lewin. We also have that Tottenham Hotspur have set to offer 10 million for Anthony Gordon. This deal will include Spurs offsetting the fee owed to them for the transfer of Dele Alli. Come from the Daily Mail. Completely just say no. Just say no. 10 million's too cheap, and I don't want the Dele Alli stuff. We might never have to pay it, in all honesty, if he doesn't improve. So let's not, you know, get rid of one of our wonderkins for a Dele Alli who, as of yet, I don't think has impressed me. I know people say to change the Crystal Palace game, and that's brilliant, and it was important, and yes, but that is still one game. I think he needs to do a little bit more for me before I start looking at that as a good transfer. But that's just my thoughts on it. I'm sure if you disagree, you'll let me know. Dutch club AS Cambuur are interested in Everton goalkeeper João Virginia. This has come from Rian Baringa, a journalist for Football International. And yeah, I don't think he's got a future at Everton. Get rid, maybe get a little bit of money. I don't think he made as many appearances for Sporting as I thought he would. Get rid of him, move on. Clearly the club don't see a future in him either. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got Begovic and Lonergan. Next, we have that Leeds have opened talks with RB Leipzig for midfielder Tyler Adams over a £12 million move. Other Premier League sides are included are Everton. That's come from the Daily Mail. It'll be interesting to see if Leeds get him. I don't know if they will, possibly. He's a good midfielder. I think he might be a bit physically weak, but he is a defensive-minded midfielder, which we do need. So at least it shows the club are looking at areas. He is a little bit weak, though, so I do worry the Premier League might be a bit too much physicality. We also have that Everton are preparing a bid for Wolves midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White. Wolves value the 22-year-old at 25 million. The Blues have a competition from Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. That's come from Footy Insider 24/7. I really like Gibbs-White. It's a decent price. He's had a good season for Sheffield United. The worry is that Palace will probably be one of those that really go to get him. He's got a bit of a Palace transfer about him in the fact that he's a good young English player. We'll have to wait and see on that. But it's definitely a position now that we look like Eriksen's going to United that we do need that creative midfielder. So it's one worth looking out for. Everton and Manchester United are willing to pay 35 million for Tottenham winger Steven Bergwijn, but the winger wanted to sign for Ajax. That came from Mike Vervel of the Telegraph. Swerve this. He doesn't want to come to us. Let's not force him to come to us. Let's swerve it. We're not his first choice. And I know people go, you can't have that attitude. And I completely agree to an extent. But I mean, he's not going to want to come to us. He'll want to go United before us. Just let's move on. He's not going to come to us when United are there. And he really wanted Ajax. I think he wanted to go home to Holland. So I don't want a player who's going to really be like, oh, this was my third best choice. I don't want that. We have the Peter Kenyon-led US consortium that wishes to purchase Everton have had further talks since Friday, and it remains ongoing. There is an aim for an extension of an exclusivity period, which is now expired. It's come from the Liverpool Echo. The Echo also said other consortiums have talked to Fad Mashiri over the past few weeks, and now an executive period with the Kenyan-led consortium has expired. Other bidders could come forward, again from the Echo. Interesting that there's still talks going on. People were saying it's dead in the water, and then journalists were saying that, and then it's apparently not. These guys do look a little bit dodgy, the Americans. I know I said it weeks ago about the ethical, moral side, but the website's gone up and people are moaning about the website. They do look a little bit dodgy. And I don't know if they're just tire kickers. These could just be a catalyst for more to come forward and we end up selling to somebody completely different. These were the ones to get it all, high in the press, get other consortiums a bit hot under the collar, sort of thing. Maybe they're trying to open a bit of a bidding war. It'd be interesting to see where this takeover stuff goes. It looks like it's not stopping us in the transfer window. Fad Mashiri said he's dedicated to the window, so we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But it's as long as it's not affecting our transfers, our recruitment, which we do need, we'll have to hold it by ear. We have that Leeds United are set to sign Feyenoord winger Luis Sintera. Everton were interested in the Colombian, but he's more likely to sign for Leeds for a cost of 20-30 million euros. That's from Mike Bevart from the Telegraph again. This will be their Rafinha cover, I believe. It's a shame he couldn't come to us, but I think we're looking at Dennis, aren't we? And I think this probably highlights that Dennis is almost certainly coming to us, the fact that we're now saying goodbye to certain other targets in that role. So it's one of that. He's never played in the Premier League. At least Dennis has got that on his record. So we'll have to wait and see who we get. Or maybe it's Lewis Potter, but I truly believe it is going to be Dennis. Like I said before as well, we've got the Everton target. Christian Eriksen has verbally agreed to join Manchester United. That came from The Athletic. No surprise there. I'm not surprised he hasn't looked at us. We are far too much stress, and he is a very, very high quality player. It'd be like having James here again, where you just wonder, he's so good. You wonder how you ever got it. So yeah, United. I mean, I don't rave about United either. I don't think Ten Hag's going to be the answer to all their problems, but he's made his choice. Hearts are pushing to get Ellis Sims back. Rangers are aware he could become available. Loan would seem the most likely option, but Everton may consider a permanent deal. That's come from Barry Anderson, who writes he's a football journalist for the Scotsman, Edinburgh News. Interesting, Everton are looking at a permanent deal. Ellis Sims had a great goal scoring record. He did okay at Hearts and a great goal scoring record in the under-21s. Interesting. Apparently, everyone says that who watches the under-21s football that Dobbin was the more perfect striker. Sims just got a lot of goals. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I know a lot of people like Sims, myself included. A lot of people like Dobbin, myself included. I guess Everton are just considering maybe that it's just, if it's good enough money, you can't say no with the situation the club's in. Finally, we have the Everton are in negotiations to replace Rangers in the Sydney Super Cup ahead of the 2022-2023 A-League season. The tournament is taking place in November with Celtic, Sydney FC, Western Sydney Wanderers taking part. That's come from Tom Williams-Poll of Kick 360 in Australia. Yeah, I remember the Scottish fans getting a bit of a kick, that kicking up a bit of a fuss. The Old Firm derby was going to be all the way over the other side of the world. Get Celtic being in it because their manager, Paul Ostelbu, is an Australian manager. So I got them being in it. But I can see why the Old Firm fans were up in kicking arms. Obviously, we've got Tim Cahill, so as an ambassador for the club, so there is that Australian link for us. But that's all I've got time for. Don't forget to comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And yeah, like the video and comment down below any of your thoughts. Would you take Broja, Morgan, Gibbs-White? Give me your opinion on Ellis Sims. Do you think we will sell him for permanent? Let me know all that good stuff. I'll see you guys very soon.